HBO just set the fandom ablaze. The next Albus Dumbledore will be none other than six-time Emmy champion John Lithgow. Some fans call it genius, others cry heresy, but everyone is talking. How did a legendary American actor find himself holding the Elder Wand? And why is the wizarding world suddenly more divided than ever? Let's unravel the spell that brought Lithgow to Hogwarts. John Lithgow's casting announcement landed like a rogue bludger. Warner Bros. Revealed the news in a late-night press release alongside Janet McTeer as Minerva McGonagall, Papa Essiedu as Severus Snape, and Nick Frost as Rubeus Hagrid. The internet detonated. Headlines trumpeted his dizzying resume. 6 Emmys, 2 Tonys, an Oscar nod, and a brand new Olivier Award he'd barely packed into his suitcase. Rumor mills added extra fuel. Insiders claim HBO sealed the deal after watching Lithgow's haunting turn as Winston Churchill in The Crown, convinced his voice could make even a stone gargoyle lean in. Yet the biggest question was simple. Why pick a 79-year-old American to lead a decade-long British epic? That mystery, it turned out, was only the first layer. But the studio's strategy went far beyond star power. Executives envision a 10-year series, 1 book per season, tracking Harry's journey in forensic detail that films could only hint at. They needed a face that screams gravitas from episode 1, a performer who can weave warmth, danger, and eccentric fun without blinking. Lithgow ticked every box. Producer Mark Mylod reportedly argued that prestige casting would entice viewers who never cared for wizard duels, but can't resist award season royalty. In closed-door meetings, the phrase event television was whispered like a spell. Lithgow was the incantation to conjure it. Still, even convinced suits had to grapple with the elephant in the Great Hall. Time. Age became the spark for a blazing debate. If production runs 8 to 10 years, Lithgow will be approaching 90 when young wizards finally face Voldemort on the battlefield. Skeptics flooded social media with an anxious chorus. Do we really want a repeat of the Swap the Headmaster saga we lived through 2 decades ago? Fear of mid-series recasting loomed huge. HBO quietly crafted a contingency plan, insiders say, involving flashback-heavy arcs and a younger stand-in should the need arise. Fans remain unconvinced, yet there's a sly confidence in Lithgow's own words. Cornered by reporters on a Broadway sidewalk, he grinned and declared, "I've run marathons, darlings. Hogwarts is only a stroll if you pace yourself." A wink, a wave, and suddenly the age issue felt less like a curse, more like a cliffhanger. His nationality caused an even fiercer storm. Dumbledore's previous portrayals were unapologetically British, and purists recoiled at an American accent echoing through the stone corridors. Comment threads stacked up faster than chocolate frogs and honeydukes. If your headmaster says Ghana, I'm out. But Lithgow has danced this dance before. When skeptics doubted an American Churchill, he delivered a Golden Globe-winning masterclass in subtle dialect, soothing fans today by promising Hogwarts would hear nothing but proper Queen's English. He even teased that he'd spent the last month conversing solely as a Cornish librarian to prime his tone. Accent fears haven't vanished, but they're wobbling like a jelly-legs curse rather than standing firm. Of course, no dive into modern wizarding lore can ignore the J.K. Rowling factor. The author serves as executive producer, and her polarizing public statements still spark fiery discourse. Some viewers threaten a total boycott, others separate art from artist and march on. Lithgow, ever diplomatic, offers cautious distance. "My commitment is to the character on the page and the audience at home. Personal politics are for another stage." His neutral stance pleases few extremes, yet it keeps the spotlight on Dumbledore rather than the Twitter sphere. Still, the controversy crackles beneath every headline, a reminder that even magic can't silence real-world storms. Speculation, meanwhile, spreads faster than extendable ears in Weasley custody. Trade columns hint that Cillian Murphy tops the studio's wish list for a less snake-faced, more chillingly serene Voldemort. Unverified set leaks whisper that Season 1 could open with Dumbledore's legendary duel against Grindelwald, a cinematic thunderbolt that would anchor Lithgow in wizard history from minute 1. There's talk of Jude Law dropping by to offer mentorship, and rumors suggest Warner Bros. Has already greenlit experimental de-aging tests, just in case flashbacks reach all the way to Godric's Hollow. Remember, these are whispers in the Flu Network, fascinating, unconfirmed, and subject to change with a single studio memo. Comparisons were inevitable. Richard Harris embodied gentle wisdom, Michael Gambon exploded with rebellious fire, and Jude Law played the strategic architect of hope. where does Lithgow fit? Early fan polls paint a split canvas. About half the community calls him a master stroke, while a vocal minority tags him a wild gamble. Critics, for their part, notice an intriguing blend. Harris's grandfatherly calm, Gambon's edge, and Law's intellectual spark could converge in Lithgow's seasoned timbre, if he threads the needle. His theatrical background promises aloof charm laced with razor-sharp timing, the sort of performance that can flip from twinkling eyes to battlefield fury in one heartbeat. Whether that synthesis feels authentic or patchworked will be the measure of success. Beyond fandom quarrels lies a colossal business wager. Estimates peg HBO's full run at roughly $1 billion. Sets, VFX, actor pay, and marketing combined. The franchise itself has grossed over $26 billion worldwide across books, films, merchandise, rides, and butterbeer mugs. Reviving that golden phoenix demands a delicate balance. Satisfy purist readers, entice new binge watchers, and silence franchise fatigue. Insiders insist Lithgow's marquee name reassures Wall Street while daring creative teams to aim higher than nostalgic comfort. A triumph could reboot wizarding fever for another generation. A flop might fracture the castle walls once believed unbreakable. Money alone won't make Felix Felicis. Storytelling has to match the daring choice at its center. So, what does it all mean? A venerable actor famous for slipping into titans like Churchill and Trinity Killer is now stepping into the most beloved beard in fantasy. His age, accent, and the author's ongoing controversies swirl around him like spectral vapors, yet his talent gleams beneath every doubt. If Lithgow delivers the gentle power of a mentor, the clever twinkle of a schemer, and the tragic weight of a general who knows war is coming, even hardened skeptics may find their wands lowered. But if any thread unravels, stamina, authenticity, or political storms, the backlash could make a Hungarian horntail look tame. Hogwarts once again stands at a crossroads. When the Elder Wand changes hands on screen, will John Lithgow feel like destiny fulfilled or a daring rewrite of magical history? Fans won't have to wait long to decide. Until then, one truth hovers in torchlight. The Great Hall has never heard a voice quite like his, and curiosity may prove the strongest spell of all.